Another day, another retro hard drive review. Today we are looking at the IBM DJNA 351520. This is a typical IDE hard drive from 1999 with a capacity of 15 gigabytes. I got this drive for free from Electromine. In return, we got a 20% discount code. Check out the details in the description. In this video, we will go over the specifications. There are audio recordings of the drive in action. We will run some benchmarks, check out the IBM diagnostic software, and in the end, a summary and recommendation for what I see this drive could be used for. The IBM DJNA 351520 that we are looking at today is from August of 1999. I found a datasheet, and this drive is part of the DeskStar 25GP series. This series has drives with 10.1, 15.2, which is the one we're looking at today, 20.3 and 25 gigabytes of storage capacity. The datasheet states an average access time of 14.56 milliseconds and a transfer rate of between 15.5 and 8.7 megabytes per second. We will later run some benchmarks on the drive to compare these figures. The DJNA 351520 has 3 platters that rotate at 5400 RPM and there are 6 read-write heads. There's also a 512 kilobyte buffer. The drive has a standard IDE interface and there are jumpers to configure it as master, slave or cable select. The instructions are directly on the drive, which is awesome. There's also a capacity limitation jumper, which turns this into a 2 gigabyte drive. I tried this out and it works just fine, so this could be very handy for older 386 or 486 machines. The manual settings for cylinders, heads and sectors are all clearly written onto the label. I got some good feedback on the audio recordings on my last video, so for this drive we have some more recordings. Enjoy listening to the IBM DJNA 351520 spinning up, seeking, copying DOS games and spinning down. Let's have a look at performance. In terms of access time, we have HT Tech measuring 14.6 milliseconds and disk speed measuring 15.18 milliseconds. The datasheet stated a latency of 5.56 milliseconds and an average seek time of 9 milliseconds, which adds up to 14.56 milliseconds, which checks out fine with the benchmark results. For the transfer rate, we have 13.84 megabytes per second reading and 12.93 megabytes per second writing according to the Crystal Disk Mark, and the ATTO disk benchmark shows similar results. Looking at the HT Tech results, we can also get a reading of just under 16 megabytes per second at the outer area of the platter and around 9 megabytes per second at the inside of the platter, and this matches nicely with the figures on the datasheet. For every drive there's diagnostic software that can accomplish a range of tasks. For this IBM drive I went with the drive fitness test. You can find this and many other diagnostics tools on the Ultimate Boot CD that you can download for free. With drive fitness we can basically test the drive and erase it. However, I couldn't find an option to set the capacity, which you get for example with the Seagate software. I did erase and scan the entire drive, which actually took quite some time. It didn't find any errors, so it appears that the drive has survived the long journey from Europe to Australia without any issues. It was very well packed though. So let's summarize the IBM DJNA 351520. In terms of performance, I see this drive working well for DOS and Windows 3.1. But if you're planning on using it in a faster machine, running Windows 98 for example, you might find the transfer rate a little bit on the low side. The drive has everything you need to make it work written on the label, such as the BIOS drive settings and how to configure the jumpers. Being able to limit the capacity to 2 gigabytes is a great feature for anyone looking to use this in machines with older BIOS versions that do have capacity limits. The diagnostic software is easy to use and lets you scan the drive for errors as well as wipe it clean. And that's it for this video. Check out the link in the description to Electromine. They actually have a ton of IDE hard drives in all sorts of sizes. Someone asked me if I get paid by them. The answer is no. I do this to get free computer parts so I can make more videos and you guys get a nice 20% discount, which I think is a pretty sweet deal. As always, if you want to see more content like this, why not subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share the video with your friends and let me know how you feel about using old ID drives in your retro gaming PC, or do you prefer modern compact flash cards or SD cards instead? Thanks for watching and I will see you soon with another video.